Moshe Rabbeinu comes in and he sees what's going on over here about the korbanot. Who's eating the korbanot? Who's going to eat? Because we had brought shelamim, and we also brought musaf of Rosh Chodesh. That was a goat. And when she sees the goat from the musaf offering of the korban musaf was an offer of the Rosh Chodesh, and he starts telling Elazar Tamar, how come you didn't eat it? And he's frantic, like, what's going on? You have to eat it. And Aaron steps in. Is it Moshe's thing? Maybe it's pasul. Did it become pasul? Aaron says, no. Aaron tells Moshe, no, it didn't become pasul. So then he tells him, so how come they're not eating it? What's going on? I don't understand what happened. And now, Elazar and Tamar don't say anything. It's greatness, by the way, because they could have answered back. They could have answered back, and they could have said, what's the reason? What was the reason why they didn't eat it? Because really, an onen cannot eat korbanot. The exception to this was they were onanim. Don't forget, they didn't finish burying Nadav and Avihu. The exception to the rule was they could eat the shelamim because that was designated specifically for the inauguration of the Mishkan. So for that honor, for that kavod, one time event, they were able to eat it. But the korban of musaf of Rosh Chodesh, it happens every month, and it's still happening till today. We have musaf Rosh Chodesh every single month, right? So they can eat that. For every generation is going to have it. So it's not a one-time deal. It's not a one-time scenario. In that situation, they ended up saying they're not allowed to eat that korban. Moshe hears it. Moshe, look at the greatness of Moshe. Moshe, Emet, you're right. Aaron, you're right. He admitted it. Well, it's a galut. There was one famous story of, the yeshiva. It's called Kol Torah. It's in Beit Vegan. I used to learn there every night. I used to go and Kol Torah. I used to learn there. Amazing place. If anybody ever went, Beit Vegan, go check it out. It's a huge Beit Midrash. And at the time, they were looking for a Rosh Yeshiva that will be the Rosh Yeshiva of one of the biggest yeshivot out there. It's called Kol Torah. So who'd they pick? They picked one great Rav Posek. He's sitting down. He's giving shiur. Everybody's, wow. Somebody asks him a question. This is the beginning of his seeing if they're going to go make him the Rosh Yeshiva or not. Somebody asked him a very, very good question. And he stopped. He says, I don't know. Shiur was done. Everything passed. I was thinking, is he going to be high, not high? Is he going to get the job, not get the job? And he got the job. Who was this Rosh Yeshiva? His name's the Hagaon Arav Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. Everybody knows who he is. And at the time when they asked him, he says, how'd you say, I don't know the answer? He said, I'll tell you the truth, I had many answers in my head. I could have answered this, and I could have answered that, I couldn't answer this, I couldn't answer that. I could have answered whatever I could have answered. I could have. But I didn't feel it was 100%, so I admitted, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. It's not 100%, I don't know. The fact that he was admitting it, that I don't know, in front of such a big kahal, such a big midrash, they said, that's why we hired you. This humility. Look at Moshe Rabbeinu's humility. Aaron, you're right. Okay, you're right. It's Rosh Chodesh. You're right. The other ones were one time. They were allowed to eat this. They weren't allowed. That was the greatness of Moshe Rabbeinu. But listen to the greatness of Elazar and Tamar. They knew the answer. And they could have answered it to Moshe Rabbeinu. But out of their great humility as well, and the great reverence that they have for Moshe Rabbeinu, and in front of their father, they didn't want to speak at all. If the father's right there, how can you say? You see the kibud avayim that they had. You see the kibud rab, the kibud of the rabbi, what they had for Moshe Rabbeinu. This is a great lesson that we have. We have two lessons over here. One about Moshe Rabbeinu. I admit it. You're right. That's it. You're right. I admit, Aaron, you're right. And the second of Elazar and Tamar, where they could have defended themselves. And they were 100% right to defend themselves. But right now they said, how? What about the Yereh Shamayim? What about Yirat Rabbo? What about the fear of their rabbi? You're right. I can't. And what about the Kibud Avayim? I can't talk. Wow, this is the greatness. And Aaron got involved and everything worked out. See the greatness of Moshe and you see the greatness of Elazar Nitamar.